What's happening, man? Eagles fans, should we trade for Kyler Murray? Should we trade for one of these receivers that want more bread and want out of their situation? What we looking at for the draft? As y'all can see, Ajae2k Radio is back and in full effect, but just with a couple twists, a couple turns. All I can say for now is sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And what's happening? What's happening, Eagles fans? Your boy AJ2K here is back with another episode of AJ2K Radio. But like I said before, we back with some twists and some turns. You see, I wanted to do some rebranding. I wanted to do something a little different. I want to focus mainly on my favorite teams, man. Mainly on my favorite teams, man. If you know me, you know I rock with the Eagles. You know I rock with the Lakers. Now, right now, we're going to talk about the Eagles because the Lakers ain't giving me much to talk about. If you know what I mean. We don't want to talk about that right now. But the Eagles, man, we all in the news. We got a lot of stuff going on right now that just need to be addressed. Now, some of you know me from Time Out. Some of you know me from AJ2K Radio. Some of you know me from Bridge the Gap. Some of you don't know me at all. And that's perfectly fine. I want to give you this quick introduction to me and who I am. I love sports, man. Been creating content for years. Just now taking the time to focus on my favorite teams, but I've had 3 platforms for the longest of time now. That's AJ2K Radio, that's Bridge the Gap, and that's Time Out, which is what I started with in the first place. Your boy grew up an Eagles fan. I've been an Eagles fan since dang near T.O. McNabb days. I jumped on the bandwagon when we was in the Super Bowl. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna lie. I was like 10 years old. I jumped on that bandwagon. I felt the need to. They look good. I like the color green. My pops is a Cowboys fan, so we had a little rivalry going there. I wanted to pick another team he didn't like, and the team was just fresh, like we are today. Also grew up a Lakers fan, so on days where I feel like talking about the Lakers or the Lakers got a lot of stuff going on in the news, I'll be talking about them too. But I grew up a Lakers fan, Kobe and Shaq era. Again, I jumped on the bandwagon. It was in the finals, 2000? I was 5 years old. I was a fan probably by 2001. So that's a little bit about me. Shout out to the content creators, especially for the Eagles that I've been watching for the longest. That's kind of giving me this inspiration to go out on my own right now and do my own content creating specifically for my favorite team instead of, all the sports. Shout out to LB, Lil Bronson. Shout out to Philly 500. Them 2 dudes, man, I've been watching them for a minute and that gave me the inspiration. It's a trial run right now. I don't even know if I'm going to put this up, but it's a trial run. I got a little virtual background going. I've never done that before, so that's different for me. New experience. I'm trying to figure out if I want to do that or if I want to put some decor in my background. We're going to figure that out at some point. I don't know because I like to move my hands a lot, and I don't know how this look in the screen. But that's a quick introduction to me. I want to get right into it, man, because I don't want to waste y'all time. I know everybody got stuff to do. So I want to jump into what I want to talk about. Now, a lot of people have been making noise about this man, Kyler Murray. Now, I know we interested in Kyler Murray. That's what's been reported. But I'm here to answer the question, should we be interested in Kyler Murray? Now, Kyler Murray is a good quarterback. I'm not saying the man is bad. I'm not saying that at this point in his career, he wouldn't be an upgrade. I'm saying we don't need to go after Kyler Murray right now. I'm saying I don't see it. Everything I say going forward, I want y'all to know this is coming from an Eagles fan I've been with the squad for a long time. I've been with the squad. I've been there through the Donovan McNabb, T.O., Brian Dawkins, Jeremiah Trotter, Lito Shepherd days. I've been there through the Dream Team days with, Mike Vick and Deshaun Jackson and Shady McCoy and J Mack. Back when we went and got Namdi. DRC. I've been there. I've been there. I've been there through the Wentz era where we thought he was that dude and he really not that dude. So we had to get rid of him and move Hurts in. I wasn't too fond of the pick, but we did it. I was there when we drafted Rager. Like I've been here. I've done that. I was there for the bowl. Been here. Done that. Listen, man, we don't need a quarterback right now. I know this ain't gonna sound too much different than a lot of content creators, but I just gotta be honest. We don't need a quarterback right now, y'all. We got a guy right now who could potentially be the future. And that's real talk. Y'all gotta remember, this was a rebuilding season for us. We supposed to be going through a rebuilding phase right now. And we just made the playoffs. And don't be one of them Eagles fans that try to discredit it and say, oh, we only made the playoffs because it was an extra seed. Don't be one of them fans. Look, at the end of the day, we made the playoffs. We were there. When we weren't supposed to be, a lot of us thought we'd win 4 or 5 games. A lot of people said we weren't going to do nothing this year. And we was there. And in large part because of Jalen Hurts. However he got it done, whether he was throwing the football, whether he was running the football, however he got it done, we got there. Rookie head coach, rookie play caller, offensive play caller, rookie defensive coordinator, a rookie number 1 wideout. Shall I continue? Jalen Reagor is our number 2 receiver. Shall I continue? We got to keep this stuff in mind, Joe. We got to keep this stuff in mind. Get this man Hurts his time. Get this man his time. Let this man prove that he can be that dude. Because I ain't seen nothing specifically that showed me he can't. I haven't. I've seen room to grow. I think he can be better. He's far from perfect. But it's a lot to expect the guy to come out and play like Joe Burrow immediately. Some of these guys that y'all love to throw out there. Homie from the Chargers, forgetting his name at the moment. Herbert, Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. Like these guys, come on, man. Come on, man. It's tough to come out the gate like that. But that don't mean you can't get to that level. Sometimes it takes time. Y'all forget how bad Josh Allen was when he first came out. And I'm telling y'all something. LB said it earlier, and I couldn't agree more. Kyler Murray ain't that much better than Jalen Hurts. And keep in mind, the boy got a lot to work with on the offensive side of the ball compared to Jalen Hurts. And he got to the same point in the playoffs as Jalen Hurts. Now, yeah, he dealt with some injuries, but who don't deal with injuries? I'm just saying, man, what has he done? He ain't done much of nothing. He ain't done much of nothing. I think he's more talented. I think he's a better thrower of the football at the moment. But give Hurts his time. The man working with Tom Brady. The man working on this game as we speak. Get him man time. I don't think we need to be interested in Kyler. Plus, we have to give him the bag, and we really don't need to do that. We really don't need to do that. Should the Eagles trade for one of these disgruntled receivers? Now, I know y'all hearing in the news and the media, Deebo Samuels, he not trying to return to the team right now. He want a new contract. Same thing with AJ Brown. Same thing with Terry McLaurin. This is going to kind of tag along with what I got to say about the draft, to be honest with y'all. But like my first thought when I saw this stuff, because I knew the Eagles would be in talks. Of course, the Eagles are being in talks with everybody this whole season, right? Should we go get one of these receivers? Would I like to see one of these receivers in Philadelphia? Yes, I would. Should we go trade for one of them if we got to pay them the bag? I don't think so. I don't think so. Sounds crazy, but I just don't think so. Reason being, I think we need to spend our money on getting the honey badger. That's what we need to be focused on. Get the honey badger. Give the man as much money as he's looking for, or as much money as we can possibly offer him to come to Philadelphia. That's what the focus should be right now. Because I'm telling y'all something. In this draft, it's deep with receivers, yo. And we got 15 to 18. It's a receiver that's going to be there. It's going to be a guy there that can come into Philadelphia, be a day one starter, be number 2 to Devontae Smith and ball out. I'm telling you right now. But if you got opportunities to secure your secondary by getting a guy like Honey Badger, a champion, a Super Bowl winner, a perennial Pro Bowler, a guy who's been there, done that, man, who's still, I believe, in his prime. Yes, he's getting older, but Darius Slay 31. Come on, man. I think you need to make that happen. And I think that needs to be your first priority. I think that needs to be your first priority. I think if a receiver come to Philly right now, especially one of these guys, they gonna want to get paid, and we can't afford it if we still want to throw the bag at Honey Badger. I just don't think that's the move that we make right now. I think it's smart to focus on the defensive side of the ball and go get a receiver in this year's draft. I really believe that. I know a lot of people not trying to hear that. And another thing that don't get talked about is when you go get one of these receivers that want a certain amount of money, they also want a certain amount of catches. And that puts extra pressure on your quarterback too, especially a young developing quarterback like Hurts. I'm just saying. So would I be pissed if they did it? Of course not. Of course not. Do I think it's smart? I think it's smart that we stand pat and go get Honey Badger. Which leads me right into this next topic. And the last one I'm going to talk about real quick. Draft day must haves, bro. And I'm only going to talk about day one because honestly, the way Howie move, I don't want to jump the gun and go into day 2, 3, 4, and 5. I just don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So looking at the draft day must haves. First off, first 2 rounds, don't trade a pick. Use all your picks. When I say don't trade a pick, I don't mind trading up, but don't trade all your collateral for one pick. If that makes sense. If I'm making sense right now. Not for one pick. If you trade up, keep the second pick. If you want to trade in the first round, trade your first and trade a first and a third. You got 2 of them in your first. But this is what I'm thinking right now. This is what I'm thinking right now when it comes to the draft. This boy is different, y'all. I'm telling y'all, this boy is different, y'all. That boy Sauce Gardner. I'm gonna tell y'all something. You go get the Honey Badger. Say you trade your first, your third, and maybe Andre Dillard to move up to 8, 7 if he falls that far. This is all predicated on him falling that far. Now you got the Honey Badger. You got Sauce. And you got Slay all in the same secondary? With Maddox in the slot? I think that's something we need to explore. I think that's something we need to explore. I think that's something we need to think about. I know the defensive line. Listen, I think the defensive line is going to be okay this season, even if we don't get a defensive end or a D tackle in the first round. We re-signed Cox. Okay. We got Reddick. I'm sure Kaiser White going to be rushing the quarterback some here and there too. We got that linebacker there. BG coming back this season. So we got that going for us as well. I think Sweat takes another step this year. So we got some things working in our favor on that defensive front. I'm not too concerned about it at the moment, not with our first round pick. I'm looking at that secondary because the NFL is so pass happy right now, and we was giving up numbers to the best quarterbacks in the league. I'm looking at that secondary like, yo, if we can get Honey, we can get Honey to Philly, then turn around and get Sauce. Why we got Slay and Maddox in the slot? I mean, and we still got Anthony Harris, who's not a bad safety too, back in the back. That's dangerous, yo. That's dangerous, yo. Something we need to think about, something we need to explore. And with that second pick, I think you got to go receiver. And this boy right here going to be a dog. This boy right here going to be a dog. Chris Olave, I think he going to be there. I wouldn't be mad at Garrett Wilson if he's there. I wouldn't be mad at Traylon Burks if he's there. But I'm really looking at this boy. The man got hands. He the best route runner in the draft. Him alongside Devontae Smith. There's not much pressure there. They're both young receivers. Both of them are elite, elite at getting open. Don't tell me Chris's game's not going to translate to the NFL. We know what Devontae can do as far as creating separation. So you got two guys that can create separation. I'm telling you, right on the outside, you got Watkins in the slot. Give it a Rager. I ain't gonna say it no more. Give it a Rager. We got homeboy from the Colts. I think his name's Pascal. That's a solid receiving core, man. That's a solid receiving core, man. I just feel like this is how you set yourself up for the future. You got your offensive line with your first two draft picks. You got your offensive line. You got your running backs. You got a quarterback that can perform. That's going to take a step this year. You got your receivers on the outside. You got Dallas Goedert, Quez, Vontae, and Chris on the outside. Then you go to the defensive side of the ball. Your defensive line is taken care of because you got all the pieces I named earlier, from BG to Fletcher Cox to Sweat to Hassan Reddick. You got pieces there. You got Kaiser and TJ Edwards as your linebackers. You got Sauce, Darius Slay, Maddox, and Honey Badger in the secondary with Anthony Harris. That's an elite football team. That right there. Forget the rest of the draft for now. That is an elite football team. That is a 11-12 win football team. That is a potential NFC championship level football team. I'm telling y'all. Wouldn't be shocked in a bold type football team at first takes the kind of step I anticipate. I'm telling y'all, man. I think that's the best formula to go with. I think that's the smartest thing you could do. Now, if you can't move up and get Sauce Gardner because he's gone early, okay, then I might revert back. On the corners for now. I don't know. I gotta rethink it. It depends on who's there at D tackle, and it depends on who's there at corner. Because if Stingley's there, which I doubt, but if Stingley falls that low, we got to get Stingley. I wouldn't be mad at McDuffie either. You know what I'm saying? But I also will want to see the rest of the draft board to make a decision. I would lean towards getting some on that defensive line at that point. But I'm still getting Chris either way. I'm targeting Sauce Gardner, man. If I gotta move up to 5 and I gotta move my first, third, and fourth, what y'all want? I think you target Sauce. I think you go get him. I think this year pair him up with Darius Slay. I mean, these are win now moves, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. If y'all like what y'all see, subscribe, like, share. Let me know how y'all feel about it, man. Let me know how y'all feel about it. But for now, I'm signing off.